Alright, welcome everybody, all you Overwatch fans. Thank you for tuning in to this late evening stream of U of O versus University of Alabama Overwatch 2 match. My name is Riley. I'm here with my co-caster Sebastian.
Hi, I'm Sebastian. We are doing a late game tonight, but don't worry, I have been assured that all of the players have been provided with a glass of warm milk and a story before the game starts.
That's right, so we're gonna get kind of a beautiful dream, if you will, for this game, for this match. It's a best of 3, UO versus UA. Um,
Best of five, actually,
best
first
of
to
5.
three. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Um, and we'll be starting momentarily.
That's right. We're gonna be starting on Nepal, I believe. Nice control map. If you watched the match on Friday, it was a different tournament. Although we saw U of O take a 2-0 victory over RIT, and something that is similar to this match is that I believe we're going to be seeing Putter on the tank role, which is actually a little new.
I haven't seen this team be able to play before. I've only been doing Hearthstone casts, but I'm very excited to see how our team will perform. I did a little bit of research beforehand. Looks like currently we're undefeated in this tournament, so that's great. And nearly every match has been a 3-0 in favor of us. Also great. Not hoping for another steamroll, hoping for a little resistance, but still a win in the end. You know, we want a 4 or a 5 mapper with UO coming out on top, and it looks like we're starting right now.
I'm just excited. We forgot to mention that this is playoffs Overwatch. It's the highest level of competition you'll see at the collegiate level. And we're just going to get into this Nepal map right here.
See on the other side.
Gonna see, really interested to see what composition each team goes with. We've seen a lot of Winston and Zarya, although earlier in this tournament we saw a bit of Roadhog. So we'll see what both teams opt to go with.
Trust anything that comes out from each of these teams before the spawn doors open. They like to do a little bit of trolling beforehand.
Just a
We're
little
seeing
bit.
a Doomfist here. I doubt that's going to make it through. Already switching to the Zarya. One of the best heroes in the game right now, for sure. But University of Oregon opting for the Winston Reaper Rush comp.
Got a very familiar DPS line and support line here from both teams. And looks like we're going to get right into it. First team fight is starting out here. Putter is on that Winston, and a huge headshot from iTroll. Take out that tank from Alabama, and after that, not much they can do.
Yeah, University of Oregon starts off with a really quick and easy shutdown onto Alabama, allowing them to get first cap before the points even unlock. With a Sojourn on your team, you just have so much volatility in these opening fights. If you manage to pick off a member of the enemy team just with a quick railgun headshot, instant fight win for you.
That's
As we
huge.
saw.
See Alabama coming through the bottom right here. UO has a high ground. Got a fully charged iTroll. Gonna look for that headshot again.
Both Reapers dueling a bit here, poking each other out, like exchanging connection Zuzus from each Kiriko, while University of Oregon maintains the point, now picking up 21%.
Bubble goes down as Putter also falls to the Reaper.
Ooh. That's going to be tough to come back from for University of Oregon here, as they also lose their Lucio. Their front line and half their support line's gone.
Not much UO can do in this fight. Looks like they're just gonna have to surrender the point to Alabama and try next fight.
But you take 40%, right? Because you've built up almost at least a couple of ultimates here. Even though you did pop seemingly the Kitsune rush from Kiriko here, you're close coming up on a beat, overclock, a primal rage, and a death blossom. It's going to be a heavy ult fight here from both teams.
See UO with the rotation here. Actually gonna go for the low ground. Get a really low THL, just on 1 HP. Yeah, overclock from iTroll, but he gets taken out by Logo's overclock headshot.
A dink in the head. Magician, the death blossom's going to be big here. Comes up with support, but not much else. Evening the score, though. DHL getting rather low. Coming back up here with the support passive, just trying to live long enough to heal up his team.
Putter with the primal looking to really switch this fight around. And THL actually picks up 2 as Oregon is in a real good spot.
That's the output you really want to see from Kiriko here. He manages to dance around the enemy team for long enough, providing his team with enough healing and protection to keep them alive in these fights. Slowly building up that advantage and being able to finish them out with these impressive right-click headshots, dealing 120 damage each from the Kiriko.
There we go. Point is going to be flipped in favor of the University of Oregon. And looks like Alabama is going to have to be the ones to approach here.
Yeah, but Alabama does have the notable lead here on the Kitsune Rush. Full ultimate charge compared to THL's extended one. Right now at 15%. They might just try and go in off of this, attempt to burst down Putter on the Winston here before he can get help from his team. It's a little quiet right now, though. Both teams are poking each other out.
Kitsune Rush comes out as
Ooh,
Alabama flips the point here. Magician just laying shots into Juice here, but Juice is going to pop the primal to save himself. And looks like THL gets taken out as well as Magician, so looks like Oregon is down 2. And iTroll, Flatline, both going to fall. Putter's just going to have to back out. Try one last team fight to get the point back.
It's gonna have to be a really quick recontest here from Oregon because they got a little overinvested in the positioning there. Oh, his jump doesn't quite make it. He's going to be able to touch even. No. The University of Oregon overinvested in their positioning on the high ground and just allow the point to flip and never quite gain it back. Somehow, Putter's jump was interrupted, be it from an enemy cooldown or just some of the map geometry, allowing him not to touch it in time. Bit of an unfortunate circumstance for University of Oregon there.
Is unfortunate indeed. You really saw in that round specifically that looked like U of O is kind of over-investing their ultimates and not really leaving enough to get it through the next fight.
Yeah, we're gonna have to keep a closer eye on the ult economy here because even I noted after the first fight where University of Oregon actually captured the point, they were still behind in ultimate, allowing Alabama to have the lead in those upcoming fights. It sort of snowballed out of control and made it so that pretty much every fight Alabama had an ult advantage coming into it.
We see just like that first fight on the last round, that tank gets picked off, and UO is going to be able to win the first fight, get that first point capture.
Great start for UO here, laying down a bit of pressure while, oh, yikes.
Not much you can do after your main tank jumps off the map, but that's just going to be a rough one for the UO.
Yeah, this Putter fellow was a damaged player before, you said, right?
He is indeed. Although we saw him play a little bit of tank on Friday, it is not necessarily his main role.
University of Oregon only managed to build up 12% before it gets split back. Unfortunate, but making steady progress actually over Alabama in terms of the Kiriko's Kitsune Rush. If University of Oregon can manage to top this before Alabama can, they can have a huge advantage. Oh, but iTroll gets taken out.
See Juice really getting up close and personal with the whole team, but it's going to cost him as he gets taken out by Magician. And UO is really trying to push the pace here. That Lucio Amp, they're going to be able to take this fight despite getting picked off.
Yeah, even after losing their Sojourn first, they decided to still take the fight, and that risk paid off. They managed to cap the point back, only allowing Alabama 42%. Now it's just going to be a bit of poking here. Let's go. Oh,
huge headshot from low.
Flatline gets his head taken off. Flatline's flatlining, everyone. They now need a lot of healing coming in from THL here to keep everyone up. Without the Lucio, it's a lot more dire in that circumstance. But Magician, he pops the Blossom, takes out the entire support line of Alabama. They have no heals now. It's just the damage and Lucio from University of Oregon left against this scrappy engagement from Alabama.
It looks like Alabama's just got one lone Reaper left to get taken out, and U of O, you know, wasn't the cleanest, but they took that fight.
Yeah, both teams exchanged some haymakers, but University of Oregon came out on top, even after twice in a row now getting picked first. It seems like they really know how to recover and take these fights when they need to.
Itro's got that ultimate online. He's gonna pop it. Gonna find a huge headshot onto Logo.
Really gnarly from him there, and leading up to 80% on the point now. Any staggers the University of Oregon get here are going to be really detrimental for Alabama, especially on the Reaper, because that's going to be one of the primary targets for a contest. Now leading up to 90%, Alabama are getting desperate. Jumping up and down here is iTroll, hoping to snag another headshot on the enemy Sojourn before they can move right to the choke.
Alabama just touches the point as it's their last chance. Overtime is going down. Got a beat from both sides here, and Kitsune rush from the U of O.
Magician spraying and praying, but it's not quite enough. He can't take out the Lucio. Kitsune rush till now. 2 down from on the side of Alabama. Looking great for University of Oregon here.
And it looks like Yo's just gonna clean up with that team kill. They're gonna make the map 1-1.
All right, we got a close one here. No steamrolls to be had. 1 point on each side for this, bringing us finally to Shrine here on Nepal. That round, it seemed like Oregon had their ult economy and their engages a lot more in check. They were taking them when they needed to, and even when they were down at the beginning of a fight, they managed to make it scrappy and bring some picks back. No compositional changes, it seems. Still running with the Lucio Kiriko support line. Favored in these compositions just for the pure speed and concentrated healing output in a death ball kind of circle comp.
That's right. You saw just the impact of a pick as well as impact of a Death Blossom. You saw the fight where UO looked really down, but Magician picked up 2 with the Death Blossom, just flipped the fight on its head.
Yeah, Magician's been pretty standout just in these couple of rounds so far, getting a lot of these cleanup kills and really important ones on the stalling support. You see him take out the enemy Lucio several times while they're attempting to contest the point, just making sure that University of Oregon gets those cleanup kills they need.
See Putter getting in the fray here, gonna take out Juice and Pay. It's 3 fall from Alabama's side, although Oregon does lose iTroll, the Sojourn.
Ooh, did he snag that health back? Will he be able to hit that right click? Yes, he will, and it'll clean up the entire enemy team fully. After a pretty concerning first round, Oregon seems to be turning it around quite well. Putter waiting, lying in wait here at the choke for any squishy Lucio or Kiriko to walk by, so he can pounce along with his Reaper and Sojourn for the kill.
See the huge hook as Juice actually switches to Roadhog here. Takes out Magician.
Yeah, a lot of
close quarters. Putter really likes being in those close quarter positions with those squishies. His Flatline actually chases down Logo to take him out.
Yeah, pretty bloodthirsty support here, going for a risky pick that pays off. The compositional adjustment here from Alabama seemingly coming from their desire to get these opening picks. They're favoring a quick hook at the beginning of the fight rather than the long sustained value of a Winston throughout.
Huge headshot from Logo onto iTroll, just taking out the enemy Sojourn. That is really impactful. You see the hook onto Putter, not going to take him out, but the whole hog comes out as well as Putter's Primal and the B from both sides.
Ultimates are being exchanged, but no one's fallen quite yet until this Death Blossom comes in from Magician. But the Wraith Form and the slide away from the enemy Sojourn makes it so we can't get any value out of the ultimate. Ooh, kind of a whiff there, unfortunately. Oh, but April. Hopping off with the railgun. 1, 2, 3 taken down for Alabama. Wow. They won't be able to contest. This round might be a shutout.
It's looking real dominant from U of O as Juice falls.
Can anyone from Alabama contest here? Logo comes in, but can't quite contest for long enough. A Death Blossom that really doesn't find any purchase, also lands on the point. UO are undeterred, and they take it in round 3.
There we go. Looks like UO takes the first map. After struggling in that first round, they really figured out how to really make the adjustments, and really the DPS were kind of standout that whole match there.
Yeah. I mean, me personally, didn't doubt him for a second. I knew, you know, after the first round, it was going to be an immediate comeback. You know, never any doubts in my mind. But yeah, impressive first showing on the tank role from Putter. There were a couple of, you know, hiccups in the jump contests, but other than that, putting in a lot of work on the Winston, putting in some really aggressive dives on the enemy backline.
That's right. Putter loves being a nice dive hero. You know, usually a Genji player, but he really found home in those close quarters situations with those squishies. Being able to take out the support line in the back. It's really where he finds, excels.
Yeah, you can see how that skill on Genji would absolutely translate to a hero like Winston, just because they both play like a dive hero. You jump into the enemy backline, you do as much damage as you can, you get out. The cooldowns, Swift Strike and Winston's jump, respectively, both function pretty much the same. So you can see, actually, in a weird way, how a Genji player making the transition to Winston is pretty fitting.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, something really impressive was iTroll's picks. Just you saw the absolute impact of Sojourn for both sides, honestly. You just see that fully charged railgun headshot just really setting the pace for a team fight, just kind of ending it.
Yeah. Sojourn can really crack open the egg of the enemy team right at the start of a fight. That charged railgun shot, take out pretty much anyone on the enemy team if it's well placed. The explosiveness of Sojourn is a really defining factor in every single one of these fights. Even if you get taken down first, you lose a pick, your Sojourn can come back with 1 or 2 entirely on their own. It's a carry hero for sure.
Yep, absolutely. We just see Sojourn continuing to be just the most impactful character in the game right here. As you just saw from the very first fight of the match.
Yeah. And you'd think that in a Reaper Sojourn DPS line, you think that those two heroes have differing playstyles. A Reaper likes to get up really close, brawl in your face, often paired with characters like Moira and Lucio in rush comps. And a Sojourn, being a more distant character, a hit scan, you wouldn't think pairs well, but they do, because the Sojourn can apply a lot of pressure to the people trying to fend off the Reaper already. And we're going to the next match. Map 2, it's happening. King's Row.
King's Row, everybody's favorite map.
You know, me personally, I'm a Reinhardt player, so I love to feed my brains out on this one. I love running it down mid, no matter what. We might see some compositional adjustments here on King's Row, because the normal picks here don't work as well on attack, just because of the high ground and very defensible positions that the defense can have. Juice, once again, trolling in the spawn a bit on the Doomfist, a stupid hero that no one in their right mind will ever play.
That's absolutely right, and we see, yeah, U of O is just rolling out with that same comp. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
And first round, map, I mean, proves that it was in fact not broke. This composition works at the highest levels of play. Working here as well.
And no matter what role Putter plays, there's always a constant. He loves touching the spawn door.
Might have to watch out though for that Widowmaker there setting up a shot, but nah, she switches off. It's gonna be the mirror against from both teams here. It seems like the composition is pretty set in stone.
You see iTroll trying to build up that charge of the railgun. It's a huge field in there.
Let me tell you, he hits these. Next railgun shot this guy fires, headshot takes down somebody. Yep. Wasn't a railgun shot quite.
And not much Alabama can do after that. Lose your tank, lose the fight.
Magician chasing them down, getting a little zesty here, going towards their spawn. Lucky he doesn't get picked off. Going for those cleanup kills though, always worth. Cheeky little spray on the ground from the Skirko between healing. And Shuriken or kunai. Just whole lot of nothing burger here. Just hope. This is all about Sojourns building up their railgun shots. While Alabama does make the move to rotate into the side of the hotel here, hoping to take on University of Oregon from the back.
The Magician with a beautiful call out saying, I know where you're going. And the Kitsune Rush just helps Reaper so much. You see as he just takes out the opposing Reaper. And Yovo is going to be able to clean up, take the second fight easily.
Magician's a paper shredder, and Alabama is a bunch of damning documents. He's tearing through them like nothing else. The main weaknesses of Reaper, fire rate, reload speed, active DPS time are all negated by the Kiriko ult, making Reaper this insane just damage machine.
Oh, just what a beautiful Death Blossom from Magician. Taking out 3, and just a swift team kill from UO.
That's got to be demoralizing. You finally get a good push together, ultimates going in, and your team gets taken out by 1, while University of Oregon gets to preserve 3 of their ultimates still, matching you on the count.
It's just such a momentum killer when you get a team fight loss while losing your Lucio beat. As that's a huge advantage for U of O. See Itro with that ultimate, gonna try to find a headshot. Doesn't find a fully charged one, but still gonna take out, just outputting huge damage.
Yeah. Why play an ace when a 2 will do, you know? It doesn't seem like Alabama's really got any momentum here. University of Oregon are not playing scared. They're playing this calculated. Every single push coming in from Alabama is countered by a particular set of University of Oregon ultimates that they have ready to go. Needing some adjustments, we can all agree. Alabama switched from the Zarya then to the Orisa. They're playing mystery heroes here. They're going Mercy Pharah.
Wow. That is just shaking it up on a whole nother level.
It looks like they're really trying to target Magician's Reaper here, most likely with the Farmer's combo, making his close-range shotguns pretty useless against 2 flying heroes like that. But it doesn't matter when he trolls just deleting your entire team. Another push from Alabama nullified. The Orisa, the Zarya, the Winston, nothing's working for them. They have built up a decent amount of charge on their new support ultimates, and they might be banking on getting a barrage or their own needy death blossom here.
Looks like Alabama's got one more chance to contest. You see just Orisa eating those shots, gonna get healed up by the Ana. Although Magician gets taken out, and so does Flatline there, so Alabama's in a good position to take this fight and at least unlock the cart.
Our worked as we predicted, takes out the Reaper, who really isn't effective at her range. Oh, but a railgun shot to enemy Mercy might be able to... Nope, not quite. She received the safety. And University of Oregon are still at a disadvantage here. Alabama might be able to cap.
Looks like Death Blossom is going to get 2 here from Alabama as Magician picks up one of his own before getting taken out. And looks like Cutter's the only one left as Alabama's going to unlock this cart.
Yeah. Magician says, whatever you can do, I can do better, and is immediately proved wrong as his Death Blossom hits 1 when the enemy's hits 3. Bit unfortunate, but you take that trade after a long hold from Oregon.
Yeah, you also see Oregon's also got that ultimate advantage, so when you're in a position where Alabama's only got a very limited amount of team fights, it's really nice having that advantage.
Magician swapping to the Tracer here is actually interesting to me because I feel like that hero struggles a lot against the high armor count and damage reduction of Orisa, as well as the just sheer range that Pharah and Mercy like to play at. Not if your Mercy gets caught out like that though. A coordinated dive from Cutter and Magician here takes down the enemy support, leaving this Pharah absolutely stranded. And a Kitsune Rush coming in the back end of the fight. These dual pistols Tracer's firing when she's in this Kitsune Rush are more like machine guns. It's nuts. The DPS that she puts out in that ultimate shreds the enemy line in seconds.
There we go. Looks like 1:20 left on the clock, and Alabama's really going to have to put in a good contest here. No ultimates online, although they will have a Death Blossom potentially in this fight, provided the Reaper doesn't get picked off. And Oregon's in a really good spot with this beat here.
Alabama will shamefully slink back into the spawn to switch back to the meta comp. The Winston, Reaper, Sojourn, Kiriko, Lucio, just as we've been playing it this whole time. Coincidentally, maybe, they get cart progress from it.
Yeah, you see Putter get taken out just at the start of the fight, and Oregon had no choice but to retreat there.
But now they're coming back in, hoping to contest the cart before. Oh!
Huge Death Blossom.
Alabama's Reaper puts the hopes of an Oregon recontest entirely down here. Magician maybe, if he gets his teleport back off cooldown, can contest cart, but he's thinking the wiser of it, you know? They're a third point kind of team, I've always said it.
Oregon is kind of kicking themselves there. They really didn't want to give up that second point, but nothing they can do but just hold this point here. And they're in a good spot to do so. Kitsune Rush comes out from Bama. As the beat actually comes out from Flatline, as well as Itro popping his ultimate.
Booster exchanged, as well as University of Oregon, Alabama, sorry, Kitsune Rush, meaning that Oregon gets a slight advantage in the support ult economy, but no kills are traded, just a whole lot of poke. Magician coming up on a Death Blossom here, hoping to pop it after the Playform finishes for a massive multi-kill.
This is where Magician really wants to be, and that Kitsune Rush gets out a team kill, and Oregon is in a really good spot to hold this before Alabama can get that third point.
G-Main Extreme opens the door there with his teleport and immediately gets a shovel to the face with Magician's Reaper shotguns. Taken out before the fight even gets to start for him. Unfortunate.
See Itro get that pick on Logo. This huge, as actually Putter falls, although both teams are without their tank now.
Yeah.
See 15 seconds left on the clock. Alabama needs to touch soon. Juice actually switches to Wrecking Ball here, trying to get that faster rollout.
Yeah, trying to put the point for Rat. Manages to get it. Now we're in overtime. University of Oregon just have to fry Alabama off the start. Itro looking towards an overclock here, takes out the enemy support, and just power slides in. Just donk walking towards them. What a strong, powerful play. A muscular play, if you will.
One hamster on the point cannot survive long, as Oregon stops Alabama before getting that third point.
Yeah, Juice here on the hamsters, trying to make some progress, but much like a hamster is just running on a wheel and going nowhere. Can't move the cart any further than that. Stops it before third, but not an unimpressive push from Alabama considering where they started on a really hard hold on first. Managed to get it a decent ways considering. But University of Oregon, being a .3 team, as I've said, will probably be able to match.
Yeah, I mean, Alabama, they really just had to take that one fight at a time and just keep putting their heads down and just keep fighting.
Yes, indeed. Do you think we'll see any compositional changes? They seem to have worked not so well so far. The Orisa didn't work. The Pharah and the Mercy actually gave Alabama that first point, I feel, with the picks onto the Reaper and the Kiriko at the start of that fight. Will they opt for that again, or are they going to stay meta?
I think they're going to stay meta. I mean, you already see the comp here from Alabama as they're rolling out on defense. Magician is going to try to get a pick on Widowmaker, perhaps, just on this opening point. As you see, teams often do on King's Row.
Yeah, let's see if he hits these or he's like me in my ranked games and misses them entirely. Well, hits them just on the Winston.
On Juice, but not going to pick up any elims.
Yeah, nice little bit of ult charge from that though, maybe. Consolation prize. University of Oregon poking it out here, hoping to force the Wraith out of the enemy Reaper early, which they have done. Now if they push him, he really has no defensive tools. Bit of poke from A-Troll here. Hope to build up that charge. Get a quick. Ooh, but Cutter gets taken out.
Gonna halt the UFO's offense, although they're gonna keep fighting a little bit as they retreat, see if they can pick up any limbs, any picks.
They're staying here, and Alabama's elected not to take any of the space. Even after taking out University of Oregon's main tank, they elect just to stay in the hotel, play defensive.
Although it gives enough time to get Putter back in the fight, iTroll does get taken out.
But it's a revolving door of University of Oregon players. As soon as Putter comes back, Kiriko is gone.
There's a Kitsune rush. Magician just laying shots in.
Just hold M1 and left click on the Reaper, and you'll turn that Winston into Monkey Mincemeat.
The beat is a little bit too late as Juice gets taken out, and UFO is real close to capturing that point.
Cool. But G-Man Extreme takes out Flatline, leaving University of Oregon with a little less support. But Putter here, cleanup, will secure first point with almost 5 minutes in the time bank there.
UFO capturing that first point much faster than Alabama did on their offense, and it looks like Putter's gonna really go up here, try to get that pick, and push the offense, but will have to retreat.
Yeah, you're not too sad about that though. You're getting steady cart progress here. Exhilarating spectating here on Flatline.
Flatline is vibing.
This is exemplary, really, of the amount of work you've been putting in, standing still on that payload.
See Putter going in, he's going to turn his back, not get a headshot. See the Primal coming out from Juice, as Magician with the Death Blossom going to take out MK Carson. Actually, both of them have lost their supports, and looks like UFO is just going to have to clean up here, take his team fight, and potentially take that second point.
Two monkeys looking each other dead in the eyes, zapping each other with a Tesla cannon. Goes Putter's way as Juice is taken out. And Flatline, again, he's popping off on the cart.
Flatline has some immaculate vibes here. Just chilling.
Feeling the healing beat. Really not much of defense here from Alabama so far. They held for a bit on first, but they really want to hold this on second, because if University of Oregon gets third with this kind of time bank, it's very unlikely that Alabama can hold it.
Magician,
and that's not good.
Huge 3 shots from the G-Man, although iTro does get taken out by Logo. See the Kitsune rush here. Magician really likes being in here, as he's going to take out Pape, and MK Carson also falls, and there we go. UFO just takes that second point, and real close to taking map 2.
Putter laying down the Winston spray on the box there, showing a real lack of respect for his opponent. But 4 minutes 20 seconds here on the time bank. Right around this corner, it would take a miraculous hold from Alabama to keep this one alive here. Will they start this miraculous hold? Do or die at this point. Oh, and Winston's falling low. Magician's getting aggressive. But no kills exchanged, and the death block from Alabama's Reaper whip. No purchase there. All it serves to do is get Oregon off the cart for a moment, which is valuable in stakes and sorts of this.
Oregon must feel great about that fight. Let Alabama waste a few ultimates without even letting them get any elims, as Paith actually gets taken out by Putter here. And Death Blossom comes out, not going to get any, but very good zoning ultimate, as G-Man also gets taken out, same with Logo, and looks like UFO just got to clean up to take map 2.
It's looking like this, what once may have been a golden box of victory for Alabama is turned into a pine box. They're getting locked up. Only one more map before they're put in that coffin. I'm feeling another 3-0 here, Riley. What about you?
I mean, it's hard not to say a 3-0 when UFO has just looked so dominant on these first 2 maps. They really just, they figured it out quick. You see them not necessarily on this map because they were holding that first point for so long on defense, but they really adapt really well. They make any mistakes, they're quick to clean them up.
Yeah, entire University of Oregon team's kind of looking like me out there with how dominant this performance is.
Just like me, for real.
I'm not seeing the next map yet, but that Kings Row was a quick affair. The most hold that Alabama had on that game was their first point attack that they accomplished with the Far Mercy, but after that, just fizzled out.
That's right. I was actually impressed a little bit when they were pushing all the way to the second point. They just won just a couple team fights in a row, and that's all it really takes to get a lot of progress on Kings Row.
Yeah.
And they really switched up the comp, which was surprising, but worked out for them a little bit.
Yeah, showing a little bit of adaptability and a nice strategy actually pulled out from Alabama when they hit the Q button on the Reaper character to perform the Death Blossom ability. It got them some cart progress there.
Yep. Reaper doesn't lie. He says die, 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 gets a triple kill a lot of times. So,
Unfortunately, he was lying quite a bit near the last leg of that game. I think both Reapers popped their ultimates and didn't find anything.
that's right.
But you don't need it. When Putter's in the front line, taking out the enemy supports, it's locked up. Let me tell you, this is a Sebastian Hogan guarantee that we win this map 3.
Okay, those some strong words from my co-caster. I'm not a betting man, but
Yeah. My name does carry a lot of weight in these circles, though. So, if you were a betting man, I think you'd want to bet on University of Oregon right now.
hey, from what I've seen so far, I would put some money down, but I'm just here to say what happens.
We're getting Circuit Royale. There's probably going to be some comp variation on this. A lot of teams like to play Sigma on this map. Love that hero. And you play a bit more long range. Sometimes you run double hit scan, Widowmaker Sojourn maybe. And we're cutting to that right now. I'm hoping for some Sigma, maybe some Widowmaker play. Long range hit scan. That's what this map excels at because of the sheer volume of high grounds the defense has access to. This is a hard map to attack on, and it looks like who will be attacking first? Let's see.
I think we'll see Bastion and Torbjorn, and also Doomfist. Predictions incorrect. Darn. Looks like U of O is going to be on defense here, and they will go with the Sigma. That's beautiful, and just like you predicted, some Widow and Sojourn.
You mean the Oracle of Delphi?
I guess you are. I should be a betting man, maybe. I need you as my bookie.
Yes, sir. And it looks like Juice considering the Zarya and Spawn once again. Will it be another troll, or is this going to be Alabama's last-ditch effort to take a map here?
And we don't just have some hero changes, we have a substitution. Likeable Orb is now in the game for Flatline, as U of O isn't going with the Lucio, they're going with the Zen and the Baptiste.
Yeah, it seems like Flatline was more of their main support player, while Likeable Orb taking on the flex supports, like Zenyatta here. Makes sense. Zenyatta Baptiste is a really common support line on this map, just for the sheer amount of damage that they can put out on these corners. Lots of poke, and Magician instantly takes out Pave.
Wowie wow.
For me so far, he's been, next to Putter, the most standout player on Oregon this series. Even though everyone's working perfectly in conjunction, I really have no complaints from anyone on the team. He's putting in a lot of work on these DPS heroes.
Saw a huge chunk from the Itrol right click right there onto Juice, although he doesn't get taken out. He's just still showing the impact of Sojourn, just taking away HP.
Taking away HP is the name of the game. A little bit of cart progress here for Alabama, slow and steady with this Sigma, but it looks like Putter's going to have to come out, issue some dominance, maybe get a couple of reflect shots onto the Sigma in here. Walk in the room, oh hey, what are you doing?
See Magician miss that shot onto Logo right there, although Logo is going to fall to Itrol's field right there.
Yeah, sits in the stew for a bit long. Logo gets lost in the sauce, as does Nick Arthur. Itrol takes him out after taking a big rock to the head. Doesn't quite matter though. Only casualty on the side of University of Oregon is the Sojourn, who can arrive back in decent time. Although spawn advantage does favor Alabama.
What a beautiful combo from Putter right there. Just calls out Logo, says, I know where you are. and this rock is coming right for your face.
Man, that was an impressive shot there, just instantly shutting down the enemy Sojourn there. Not pretty. The Genji here has been nigh invisible. I'm not seeing anything in the kill feed from there. Genji's just really hard to make work on this map against these really long-range heroes. You have to get into close. Flux comes in, grabs 3. Not unimpressive. Okay, it opens up the play.
Looks like both sides lose a flex support here, as Juice actually takes out 2 more, and looks like Alabama's gonna have a nice chance to push this cart.
Yeah, Magician, you know, playing on low HP here. Thinks he can get a cheeky little shot through the barrier. Can't quite get it though. Infrasight's coming up soon, making it so that any sight lines the enemy team tries to take are very dangerous.
See beautiful accretion by Putter as the actually windows on both sides come out, and Tranquility here, or the Transcendence, excuse me, comes out, as well as just every single support ultimate.
He's both trying to be a hero. Can he take out enough people on the cart? No, he cannot. And that looks like Alabama capping point A. After a decisively very good Gravitic Flux from Juice opens up that point, grabbing 3 and really cracking that whole thing open.
There's a lot going on there. Every single ultimate except for the Genji Blade was coming out, as Magician actually switches off of Widowmaker to that Genji gear.
Interesting. Maybe the Genji's a little better on second point defense because of how close it is on this one straightaway. And a Blade coming in from the enemy Genji is going to go currently uncontested because Likeable Orb spent his Transcendence in the last fight. No support ultimate to counter this Blade as of now. Pretty promising for Alabama, actually. You just know that Magician was spamming the I need healing there, scraping around. Immortality Field gets dropped to save the backline from that Flux. Beautiful there from KHL, but not quite enough to save himself.
Oh! It's a huge Magician combo there. Is actually the Blade comes out from Alabama, and Logo with the huge shot on Magician, just shutting down whatever chance Oregon had to contest that point.
Alabama DPS line is turning up. They're heating up, firing on all cylinders. That Genji Blade went uncontested, as we predicted, and got the cleanup that allows them to get second point with a pretty healthy 3.5-minute time bank heading into this. I would not have predicted that after the initial kind of drubbing that was first point. An isolated Flux here, trying to take out the enemy Sigma, but between a Protection Suzu and an Immortality Field, there's not enough damage to get the job done. Kills exchanged on either side, but Cart is still stalled. Putter is an immovable object on this unstoppable force, it seems.
You see the Genji here, G-Man trying to get the flank, just cannot pick up anything, as we see a pause here.
Pause coming in, maybe a technical issue, hopefully will be quickly resolved. While we're in this pause, let's take a look at the ultimate economy here. It's looking right now in the favor of Alabama, with both support ultimates up, while University of Oregon only has the Transcendence and a long way to go to the Baptiste window. And a pretty even match on ultimates. Putter and Juice have been going back and forth this match. Juice, in particular, actually putting up some really good gravitic fluxes to open up these team fights. What are they saying? Is the cause of this pause?
Looks like Juice was getting 3,800 ping here, and Putter argues, well, that was happening to us. And there's a lot of arguing going back and forth, and looks like we're just gonna have to wait for Juice to get his ping down.
Yeah, I guess with professional gaming also comes professional tilting. You know, it happens. I would not be happy if I was on 3800 ping. I know, because my internet was that bad for a long time. It's
Oh yeah,
nearly unplayable.
very relatable.
But
Looks like it unpause
yeah,
here.
coming in for an unpause. Likeable orb.
Looks like we're starting
Uh,
back up.
staring down the enemy as this volley comes in. He's been waiting on it in the matrix for a minute now. Nothing.
Here we go. G-Man Extreme gets taken out by Putter as Oregon loses the Genji of their own. MK Carson gets taken out by the Railgun right click here by iTroll, and Alabama is going to have to get pushed back, and they're not going to be pushing the cart any longer.
Putter gets a pebble chucked at his head, but he doesn't really mind.
Ravitic
lands
Flux
a incredible
gets
flux here.
3 in the air there. Just a big
Oh
deal.
no.
Oh no.
Oh no, the beat. An incredible flux followed up by a series of less incredible shots, but it doesn't matter because University of Oregon cleans it up. See, this is what I love about Putter. He's a player who doesn't want to get all the kills for himself. He's going to give them to the rest of his team because that's just how generous he is.
That's right. Putter's a generous man. And yeah, we saw just a beautiful flux. That fight just cannot do it any better.
Immortality Field is the only reason Alabama was kept alive during that. As you'll see, that ability mainly used to counter Flux. As teams realize that the enemy has a gravitic Flux, they'll hold that window for as long as they have to make sure that they have it at the right time.
Saw G-Man Extreme just isolated there, gets taken out, and it's going to halt the offense of Alabama once again. G-Man Extreme is the only one on their side with an ultimate, and really can't do much.
Looking like that pause really took the wind out of their sails here, as Oregon's staunchly defending this third point.
We got both supports not being able to be with the rest of the team for Alabama. And Putter's just taking all this space here, just saying, you shall not pass.
Yep, he's slamming down that shield and just putting in enough pressure with these hyper spheres to make it so these Alabama DPS don't feel safe entering. But his cooldown's used now, facing down a window.
Dragon Blade comes out from Magician here, as he's just walking with the blade. Actually takes out Pate there, and takes out Logo after the blade ends. Juice is able to take out iTroll, although it's too little too late. It's like a team kill out here, and Alabama is going to try to touch.
The thing about getting nearly fully held on third is that the cart is really close to their spawn. They're probably going to be able to contest here, I imagine.
Looks like they do touch.
Yes,
but they're not in a good spot here. Actually, looks like Logo pops the ultimate, takes out Likeable Orb, so looks like they're going to flip this fight on its head. THL gets taken out, although iTroll does get the big pick. G-Man Extreme is able to pull out the blade, though. Take out iTroll. And although Alabama is pushing the cart, it's still an active team fight here.
Yeah, they lose Logo at one point in the fight and have to play it super conservative. They can't push them to take space one person down in an overtime situation like this. University of Oregon's looking towards this overclock and this transcendence to lock this fight up. Just hoping that Putter can call it for a bit more. Oh, but iTroll getting dove by the enemy Genji. Make it so we can't quite get high ground there. Overclock doesn't care. He's going to run it down mid while his transcendence is backwards. Can't find much purchase. And a deflect!
Deflect. Huge by G-Man.
Incredible deflect. A headshot even. Taking down iTroll and shutting that overclock down. A really impressive overtime push. A second wind coming in from Alabama here. As all swaps come in from Oregon. Tracer being one of them. Lucio as well. Window doesn't get much value. And iTroll barely makes the recall.
Here's the flux from Putter here. Is going to take out G-Man Extreme here, although MK Carson with the Moira ult going to take out Likeable Orb.
It's going blow for blow here, down to the wire, but spawns are in favor of Oregon. Any kill that they get...
Magician with the blade on really low health. He does get 3 swings off. He gets 4 swings off. That's huge.
Whoa.
Magician on such low health, just saving that fight there for Oregon. Gonna make it so Alabama doesn't get that 3rd point captured.
Alabama, they were reaching, they were grasping for that final point, but Magician says no. He slaps it out of their hand, reprimands them with that blade. But pretty impressive push considering the first point. Something that we also carried over from Kings Row. University of Oregon now set to attack. Only have to effectively cap 3rd point to win this. But if they get held on this very defensive-oriented map, we could be going to a map 4. We'll see.
It was a really impressive push by Alabama there. And you don't see it a lot, especially with Oregon with that positional advantage. They had to touch just with the Genji dash, and it was an interesting switch onto the Moira from Alabama.
Yeah. Maybe they're having second thoughts about that, looks like. In defense of Alabama, it is often very hard to capture 3rd point on Circuit Royale, just because it's so defensively favored, especially at the end of those close spawns. Gates are opening, so you get the first pick.
See this, we see iTroll in the front, as well as Magician just misses the headshot onto MK Carson.
He's the body shot bandit. He really is just like me.
Ooh, just real close to that headshot, as we see Putter getting juiced real low with that Discord orb from Likeable Orb.
Nice. They're all crammed in this tiny little room here, and I assume that Putter's getting incredible value out of these hyperspheres, being able to bounce them around the full room. 120 damage for a volley. Just bump that in.
Ooh, beautiful
Logo
shot from
taken
Magician.
off. Yeah. Really opening it up here. And another one. Beautiful rock, too, from Putter.
If you need more evidence that Putter just loves those close quarters, look at the ultimate charge difference in the 2 Sigmas. Putter almost has his flex online, while Juice is nearly halfway to his. He's just, Putter loves those hallways, as looks like Logo takes out Magician here.
Yeah, if they can contest, they've actually got a good shot here now that one of the University of Oregon CS is down. But nah, Putter shuts that right down. His immense advantage, the differential, if you will, on the ultimate charge, really paying dividends there, allowing him to clean that up with the flux when it might have otherwise been pretty dire. That's tough, McCarson. Well been there.
When you're here to support, you got a tank staring you in the eyes, it's a little scary. So beautiful accretion there from Putter. Tough to hit on those Genjis, but he does it a lot.
Yeah, gonna be another poke fight as University of Oregon are coming up the hill to round 2nd. Best defensive foothold that Alabama had access to is now gone as they're on the straightaway, and they're staring down this window. An overclock from iTroll. Oh, manages to take out both enemy DPS.
Window comes down from Alabama, as actually Pave goes down, and looks like that window is not going to get any value, as there's just a wipe from UO. Gonna take that 2nd point with a whole 5.5 minutes on the clock remaining to push it that last 90 meters.
Yeah, the University of Oregon entire lineup is just performing so well. DPS are getting picked, Putter's taking space and putting in the damage, and they're both pretty quietly, although effectively getting healed up by the support line constantly. None of these players are ever getting caught out without heal. Really impressive stuff here.
Looks like a bit of a missed immortality field on the side of Alabama, as looks like they lose 2 here and very quickly lose the rest, as it is a team kill from Oregon.
Sigma says, "What is that melody?" And I think it's the fat lady singing, because this seems like it's over. It's not looking good here. 4 minutes and 40 seconds just around this one corner. Alabama's going to have to put up another theoretical miracle hold. Spawn advantage does favor them, but the ult economy is fairly even.
Bama does pop the overclock. Logo does not fire.